Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad. This is my channel, Animate Orange, where I build and review a lot of 3D metal models. And today we are going to talk about the Bumblebee Legends model from Metal Earth. Now, I've built quite a few Legends models so far. They are on the easier side of things. As far as Metal Earth models are concerned, they're not the super easy. There are quite a few models out there that are really easy to put together. These are on the easier side. There is a little bit of complexity to them, which makes it a good evolution into getting into Metal Earth models, something to start with that'll give you a little bit of a challenge, but still not be too complicated and not really make you not want to build these models, because there is some complexity to it all. We have Bumblebee today, and Bumblebee, or the Transformers model, do add another level of complexity to the Legends models with some of the detailing that they put on top of the original Legends models that come out. With the original Legends models, it was just a bunch of superheroes, and some of them did have some extra detailing to them. Transformers models take it to another level, and this is one of them. The Transformers models, in my opinion, look really good as Legends models, because the Legends models do have a boxy shape to them, and some of the characters don't look as interesting to some people as they do with others. Some of them don't really like that style, and I'm a little bit on the fence with them, but with the Transformers models, this kind of squarish, boxy style works great. I think it's a really good fit for Transformers, and I'm really enjoying the extra detail that they've added, such as Bumblebee. Now, there's a lot of similarity to the way things come together, the way the head comes together, the way the legs come together, since the Guardians of the Galaxy models has been very similar. There's not much difference in them. The legs, the original style was a little bit harder to grasp, but the new style, out one piece, the whole bottom half, is a lot easier to grasp and fold and put together. I really like the design changes that they did. I also like the fact that it's sort of a semi-gloss finish and not a very glossy finish, and that works out better. I put these together without using any gloves because I'm not as worried about fingerprints on this. They're not going to stand out as much on the semi-gloss finish with the color than they would on a glossy or completely silver finish. So a little bit easier in that respect. You don't have to worry about as much cleanup afterwards, or as much preemptive keeping the fingerprints off with gloves. The arms do tend to come together differently depending on the model. This one's not too bad. I really do like that with this particular model the tabs are placed so that it's difficult to get anything backwards or mistakenly put the wrong way. There are a couple of bits and pieces that you do have to pay attention. For instance, the elbow parts, you're going to make sure by the picture that the lines are oriented the correct way. The middle part, you could accidentally flip backwards and put one side has like the 2 dots and the other side has 1, so you want to pay attention when you're assembling a model to the pictures that you put that together. But as far as the hand coming together and the fist facing the right way, that's going to work out. The tabs make it so that works out correctly and won't put together backwards. So I appreciate it when they do add a tab or offset the tab so that things will only come together one way. It does make it getting it right the first time more likely to happen, because there is a certain skill with building these models in knowing how to come back from a mistake. The one difficult part of this model is putting on these back doors, and they attach in a strange way. And the first time I tried to build this model, I didn't quite grasp what was going on. Bent things the wrong way, flexed things a little bit. I followed the directions and I put the arms on and folded the sides around, then tried to put the back on. I don't actually recommend doing that, in part because I didn't quite understand what's going on, and in part because of the lack of space. What had happened to me is the doors flexed too much and the pieces broke, and I had to get another model. Thank you to Metal Earth, not only for sending me this model to build and review, but also sending me a replacement when I goofed up the original. But what I did the second time around, when I give this model another shot, was instead of folding this body piece sides in and putting the arms on, I left it flat and I attached these 2 back doors first. And the first one, I started with the 2 tabs and tried to work the 3rd tab in. Not the best approach. The second one went much better. What I did is I folded it to the basic shape. I put in the single tab, because there's 2 edges that go in. One side has a single tab, the other edge or side has 2 tabs. I put in the single tab, connected and secured it, and then worked the other 2 tabs in. And that, when we're doing it that way, starting with the doors instead of putting the arms on the sides and folding it, starting with the doors, doing it with the single tab, then the double tab, seemed to be the best way to do it, seemed to produce the best results and the least amount of frustration, and ended up with this nicely put together model. One door is a bit more secure than the other. Guess which one I put on with the single tab first. Once you get that out of the way, then fold the sides in, put the arms on, twist the tabs, and follow the directions as it goes. Everything else works out pretty good as per the directions. You've got the added detail up here and the headpiece, so it takes a little bit longer. This model took about an hour to put together. That makes it longer than the original Legends models that came out, but that's easy to understand with the added bits of detail. It's going to take a little bit longer, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, but it still falls, in my opinion, on the easier side of things, and it's a really neat little figure to add to your collection. Doesn't take up much space, looks really cool. Put it together with your own hands, and it's not that hard to get into this model. So an excellent model, really nice coloring and detail on the surface. I believe this is the Camaro version of Bumblebee and not the or Bug version, the Volkswagen Bug, based by, judging by the doors. It does look like it's more of the Camaro version, which the Camaro's okay. I'm, old school and like the G1 Beetle version myself, but whatever. It still looks really cool. I love the added detail. It doesn't add a lot of complexity to it. The doors were a little bit of a challenge once I got them worked out. That's not so bad. The doors, there's this arm piece that adds some detail. You've got the what in retrospect looks like cat ears now, and this head piece. Those little extra pieces added a few more minutes to the build, and it added so much more detail and made this so much more interesting and so much cooler than the, not to say bad about them, the original Legends models, which only had so much to them. A little bit of added detail really makes a huge difference. Really enjoyed this model. Really enjoyed putting it together. I look forward to getting the entire Transformers collection complete. If you haven't noticed, I've been on a Transformers kick lately. This will pass. I'll get back to some other stuff as well. But now I've got the little tiny Bumblebee. I've got the Metal Earth Bumblebee that I've made forever ago, and I'm working on the big giant Bumblebee from MU. So that's really cool. Can't wait to take a picture of all three. If you're looking for something simple to do and something collectible, you like Transformers, this is from Metal Earth. These Metal Earth Legends Transformers models are fun to put together. I'm going to leave it at that. I do want to thank, again, Metal Earth for sending me this model to review. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed these builds. You're supporting my hobby and giving me something to do. I do want to thank my Patreon supporters as well for supporting me in this channel, for supporting me in making these build videos and the review videos and the news videos. If you enjoy these videos, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. A little bit goes a long way, and I do thank you for it. You can check out a link in the description down below and at the very end of this video. As always, thank you for watching, and keep on keeping on.